let's talk sustainability for a second here at the Cueva de Mosaicos, or Cueva los Mosaicos in Guadix. One of the things I didn't mention as we were entering and marveling at the wonderful tile work, the mosaics inside this cave, I did talk about the drop in temperature, but I didn't talk about what they're doing for sustainability. Now, ipso facto, the fact that we are in a cave that is so well insulated by earth all the way around means that there are no air conditioning costs whatsoever. So no use of electricity. Even those wonderful solar panels around and wonderful windmills all over, there's no electricity being used, no power being used for air conditioning because it retains this wonderful coolness all the way in. But in the wintertime, it gets to be 0 degrees outside, and so this would be a little bit too cold, even though without any heating at all, it will stay in the winter at about, she said, 17 to 19 degrees Celsius. And that's fine, but a little bit chilly when you get up in the morning, and if you come in from outside when there was snow or ice, and you come in, you want to warm up, you don't want to walk into 18, 90 degrees Celsius cave temperature. So what do they have? They have a split system of a heat pump, a Bosch heat pump. And this heat pump, of course, could air condition if they needed it with global warming. They may eventually. But it also heats. A heat pump is an air conditioning unit that conditions the air with a reversible flow of the fluid, the heat transfer fluid. And so in the winter it can heat, and in the summer it can cool. We have one in our own place in Florida at Rosebud. We have a heat pump. This is a mini split, so it's got a unit outside and a unit inside. And they only have to run it for about a half an hour, she said. And because this cave is so well insulated, it'll get up 25, 28, 29, 30 degrees, whatever they want it to be. And then they can switch it off, and it retains its heat for hours and hours and hours. So amenity for sustainability number one is a heat pump, and only used in the winter here for about a half an hour to take the edge off to make it nice and comfortable, and then shut off because it's got great insulation, which is another great sustainability thing. Even if you don't live in a cage, insulation is the most important thing you can do. In a cave. Now, the other sustainability adventure that we're able to go on here, thank God, is they do recycling. And so you've got plastic here, you've got the glass here, and you've got organic here, and they take this out for compost, and then they take these out for recycling. And Marina is just as enthusiastic as we are. It is so nice to be out of where this was unheard of and where we had to do our own guerrilla composting. And Gibraltar, a British territory, proudly, defiantly British, and there is no composting. Everything just stunk because they mixed it. As you walk down the streets of Gibraltar, you could smell the filth, you could see it piled up, and you think, wow, Rule Britannia, really? That's civilization? So Morocco, Gibraltar, I'm sure Great Britain itself, not so great, but Spain and France, it's wonderful to be back in a sensible country. When we arrived in France, there was composting going on in the Airbnb for all of the residents and all the apartments, and now we're in Spain. It's our first night in Spain, and how delightful it is for our mission to see that and to be told by the owner that this is what they do. Also, there's no smoking policy, so unlike Gibraltar, where the Airbnb itself, there was no smoking in, but as soon as we opened the door to the hallway, we were just overwhelmed by the cigarette smoke smell. Even though there were signs saying no smoking, people in Gibraltar disregarded it. That is not the case here. The air is pure and fresh and clean. So we're really just delighted to be here. Those are the sustainability amendments that we look for when we are on the road that make us feel very at home. So again, for all of you who are sustainabilitists, this place is a great place to say, bienvenidos a Cueva los Mosaicos, and you can see the information.
Mommy, can I
Here.
play with the... Mommy, can I play with the... Mommy. Excuse me, Mommy. Excuse me.
Hey, Mama.